This is Pam. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you.
I'm very excited. I have a lot of listeners very excited to listen to the interview. So we're going to...
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you ever been to Bloomington?
I have not.
Okay. You have not.
You know what it is? I haven't, sometimes I revisit the same cities. I'm to the state, but I'm always like in a different city.
I gotcha.
So, yeah.
Well, we welcome you to Bloomington, to the IU campus. You hopefully will love this area, and you're here in the fall, so, it's a good time to be here.
How could I not love Indiana?
How could you not love it? Well,
how could I not?
There are some reasons to not love Indiana, but if you're going to be in Indiana, Bloomington is the place to be. Let's just say that.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, we're very excited. IU Auditorium, Teresa Caputo live. I've had so many people talking to me about this show that's coming live, The Experience. Many people watch your TLC hit show Long Island Medium. So very anxious to talk to you. I'm a fan of the show myself. And so I've got some questions for you and wanted to find out, let's kind of start at the beginning. When did you find out you had this gift?
Well, I've always been like this. I've always been able to sense and feel things that other people didn't. From the very young age of 4. And I always would say to my mom, I don't feel right. I don't feel like I belong. I feel different than everyone.
Yeah.
And my mom used to, of course, say, no, you're not, you're beautiful, you're young, and I didn't realize, because I also was always able to express what I was sensing and feeling.
Uh-huh.
And then when I started to get older and started to share my experiences with my friends, they were all like, no, that's crazy, that's weird, that just didn't happen. Then that's when things really became scary for me. And then I was late in my 20s when I was able to really embrace my gift fully.
Right.
And really understand it and know that this is an amazing gift from God and that this is my soul journey here, to be able to channel the souls of the departed. And
you can't help it.
No, I can't. I can't help it. I have to talk to the dead. I can't help it.
and I've heard you say this before. I've heard you say it, and I've read about it. You can't turn it off. And does that ever drive you crazy? Does it keep you up at night?
Listen, I always sense and feel things. It's just, and I think because I was born this way, I don't know any different.
Okay.
I don't know any. I don't know how to be anything else but this.
Yeah.
And I always say to people, I wish I could make up something so cool to tell you how this happens, but it just happens. I can't explain it.
Right.
And I consider it such an honor and a privilege to be able to do this work, because people always ask me, was it a burden? And I'm like, listen, are you married? Do you have children? Do you have a full-time job? Things are overwhelming. Everyone is busy, but everyone's busy in their own way.
Right.
And it's such a blessing and a gift. And to have the support that I have with my family and everyone that has been on this journey with me, I am surrounded by the most amazing people and really allow me to be who I need to be.
And from your show, I get a kick out of your family. I really, really do. Your husband cracks me up, and it does seem like you have some great support, because you would be hilarious to live with, and I would imagine anytime you go out, it'd be just like,
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go again. Well, and I also had a question. You talk about spirit, and when you talk to people and you give them the message that they need to get from maybe a loved one that has passed away, what I'm curious about is, does the person that passed away actually speak to you, or do they speak to you through spirit?
They speak to me through, it's not like how we hear people speak here in the physical world.
Okay.
For me, it's more of a sensing and a knowing. And I'll say to them, they just said to me this, but I'll feel it. I can't explain it.
Okay.
Or I'll just see like a quick flash or like quick movie strips. And it's just the way that I'm able to channel and interpret the information from spirit.
Because it can be very, for people that haven't seen the show, you can hit things very specifically that are, it's not general, it's very specific things that you tell people that you wouldn't know just from seeing somebody.
Look, I always say this. I'm the first one to say what I do is crazy. how could someone communicate with someone that has died? It's impossible.
Right.
And then you'll sit back and you'll say, oh, yeah, well, that's common. You're right. There are common things that Spirit does have me talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, it's not my fault that there are only so many different ways that people can die.
Right.
And that there are common messages that we need to hear from our loved ones to make tomorrow a little bit easier.
Right.
But then what they do is they use, number one, they use that personality to show you that it is them. Because how would I know someone's personality?
Right.
You can't find that out.
Right.
I would not be able to find that out in any way. And to me, that's the greatest validation that it's them. Then they talk about things that happened years ago
Mm-hmm.
to remind you of happy times. They talk about things that have happened since they died to validate that they're with you through all of these milestones in your life. And then they will bring up the way that you feel about a current situation. Maybe a discussion that you had on the way to the show that night.
Yeah.
Something you did last week to really validate that they are living life through your eyes.
Right.
That they aren't missing out. Because you know when you go to a family function and you say, oh my God, I wish Dad or Grandma was here, that, they're missing out. They're not. They're living life through our eyes.
Mm-hmm. See, and that's very comforting.
All of this.
That's so comforting for people to realize and to know. And I think going to your show, and it does say this, if you purchase tickets, purchasing a ticket does not guarantee a reading. And so when you do your show, you do some readings for some people. And how do you walk out and do that?
Well, I'll come out on stage. I give a quick speech, give people a little example on how I, read in a venue like that. And Spirit just guides me through the arena or the theater, wherever I'm performing. Okay. I'm not on that stage. Mm-hmm. I am right down in front of you as if you were in my home or if I was in your home delivering these messages from your loved ones. We have screens set up and cameras follow me around just like Long Island Medium. Mm-hmm. So no matter where you're seated, no matter where you are able to witness these messages up close and personal, firsthand, and really feel and be a part of this life-changing experience.
Cool. Now, and another thing that you've said is everyone has this in them, this gift.
Right. Well, I believe everyone has that connection with their loved one's soul. Mm-hmm. That is a bond that can never be broken, and they will prove that. I know that there are things that go around all of us that remind us of our loved ones, that are weird, crazy. Those are the things that you have to sit back, and this is what I want everyone to take away from the experience. When that happens, to truly know that it's their loved one, that they are giving you these little hellos from heaven, that you don't need to go to a medium to connect with them. I feel as a medium, what I'm able to do is just truly validate that it's real for you. Because I do it myself. When I get those little signs and symbols from my loved one, I sit back and I'm like, wait, did I remember that? Like, is that my own personal thought, feeling, or emotion, or this could be crazy? And I'll be calling up my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you're not going to believe what happened. And she'll be like, wow, that's wild, And we all need that validation. Right. And that's really what I think as a medium, what I'm able to, my work truly is about. Right. It's about faith. It's about restoring our faith. And, look, whatever your faith is, maybe you did lose your faith, in a religion because of things that have gone on in your life. Maybe it'll just be restoring the faith in yourself. Reuniting. You know how many times people, they don't talk after a death. Mm-hmm. There's arguments, and then they attend a live show or read one of my books or just watch Long Island Medium, and they're like, you know what? That is kind of silly why I'm not talking to my sister. And how many families have been reunited after attending something like this?
That's beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And that's the experience. Mm-hmm. That's a good experience. Right. It's a very positive
experience.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Teresa, thank you so much for joining us today. And again, we want to remind everybody, Teresa Caputo Live, The Experience at the IU Auditorium this coming Monday night. Showtime is 7:30 at the IU Auditorium. Tickets available. You can go to iuauditorium.com or just stop by the box office. And I'll also be giving away some tickets here in just a little bit. And thank you so much again for joining us, and looking forward to the show on Monday.
Thank you, and I'm so glad you're going to come down and join us for the experience.
Yes.
I can guarantee you it'll be a life-changing experience in a positive way.
All right. Thank you so much.
See you then.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.